And in international, this is why we cannot have nice things in the news. Cops burn $66 million worth of a tribe's cannabis to send a message. Cannabis has been farmed for decades by impoverished tribal communities in South India, and this is being reported out of Vice News. And Palvali Pundar is saying a historic ceremony outside the small suburban village of Kaudur transfixed India over the weekend, and announcements were made in advance. Some journalists flew to the occasion. Police drones circled the skies, and police in the southern India state of Andhra Pradesh has amassed a year's worth of seized cannabis, over 200,000 kilos from almost 1,400 seizures, and they said it was worth 66 million, and then they burned it all down. And seen underneath that is an advertisement for beer, and then an advertisement for money. That's terrible. I can't believe that they are putting on spectacles in India about how to be tough on crime. Their own people, where they actually have a cannabis culture. They're arresting their own culture.
Well, I learned from Paul Stanford that Japan, we know how prohibition's, how bad it is there in Japan, but they use it in their ceremonies when they indoctrinate the new emperor, or whatever their head of state is. So, the United States has been really good about exporting hate and prohibition. This is ridiculous. And if you scroll down, you'll see the video of them burning it. It's funny too. I wonder if if the rest of the village was ran downwind. It was
ran downwind.
Because in the States, when the DA,
what do you think would happen if you're downwind from that?
Oh man, I'd be breaking out the.
That showed them. They really ruined that cannabis ceremony by lighting it all on fire.
You showed me, guys.
No, hang on. They do have a little caption underneath that. It says, at the burning ceremony, cops said they added sugar and camphor as inhibitors so the potent smoke doesn't affect the attendees. Can you believe that stuff? And then they gassed them.
Bastards. Why would you make it less fun?
Why would you? Because it's illegal and bad people use it, and you're supposed to only go to India to practice math and coding and your diction.
That's just the ultimate barbecue, man. If you just had a grill set up on the side at the same time, that was going on.
And they do have outdoor cultivation in India, it appears. And so here is a field of some outdoor cultivation. One of these pockets, if the Maoists see a police, they can attack.
That's crazy. Ron,
yes. So they allow it for them to grow it if they report on the Maoists. So once again, using cannabis to keep communism in check. What a country, India.
So crazy. And then we have some news from Italy, too.
What is the headline from Italy?
That is from Entrepreneur, and they already have that one set. Sweet. Italy. High Court tosses voter back cannabis reform referendum.
Italy is doing a South Dakota and saying its people are confused. Italy's constitutional court threw out a voter initiative to allow home cannabis cultivation and ease penalties for other cannabis-related offenses. That's Italy's constitutional court. It struck down a proposed voter initiative that would have eased restrictions on growing weed and other cannabis-related offenses, according to Reuters. Giuliano Amato, president of the High Court and former prime minister, said the proposal included policies that were enough to make us violate multiple international obligations. Isn't that something else? We can't make it legal in our state because of the supremacy clause, is what they'll argue if you try to get an insurance claim on it. But then also, our voters are confused. And then also it would exceed our authority as a country because of treaties. Are you kidding? Are you just anything? Nobody has responsibility or the ability to do the right thing when it comes to the cannabis plant? What is up with that?
Or just to recognize common sense. This thing is not hurting anybody. Who are you protecting? What horrible scenario are you trying to stop? Because really it's doing more harm than good by keeping it illegal.
Mm-hmm. By keeping it illegal. I just cannot believe that that's what they would rather do as opposed to, changing the law. We can't change the law. There's international treaties protecting us from changing the law.
The organizers collected over 500,000 signatures in just 1 week prior to the submitting it to court. So, there's definitely a lot of people looking for it.
It's not like their people don't want it.
Yeah.
Malta became the first country in the union to legalize cannabis. Germany is moving towards legalizing it too. Europe is about to get lit. It'll be cool again.
It will.
You know, because like Europeans, they're so fucking stuck up. They need to calm down, you know, and the weed would really help with that.
Yeah, well, you know who needs weed is fucking Putin.
Putin needs some shit that you just can't give him. Like, you know, that's one of those things where the only way out for him is probably being murdered by other people. But like, we don't need to talk about a terrible dictator than the East, where they just aren't free. But at least they are educated in how to code. That's one thing that I can say for the Russians. They know how to code. Other than that, not much to say. And then you can pop this thing way back up then. It's now like people are like getting up to go to the bathroom.
Oh, there you go. It's like the theater.
They're doing that. They're done. They're just checking out.